this book shows you that not everybody should write. Okay. My beautiful besties, before we begin, this video is sponsored by Book of the Month. Thank you so much, Book of the Month, for sponsoring today's video. As you guys know, I love Book of the Month, okay? I've been using them for over 2 years, I want to say, so of course, I adore. So basically, Book of the Month is a book subscription box that delivers you fun little books every single month. You can skip any month that you want at no charge. And they have so many fun new releases for you to choose from, so you can never go wrong, and you know what? It's cheaper than other options. One of my favorite things for Book of the Month that I tell you guys about all the time, but I literally cannot shut up about it, is I discovered so many new authors through Book of the Month. Ali Hazelwood is an author that I would not have picked up if I didn't have Book of the Month, okay? I got Love Hypothesis a long time ago through Book of the Month, and ever since then, I've read every single Ali Hazelwood book. My selection this month, you guys, I need to show you because I'm very excited about this, okay? Okay, you're gonna be excited too. Here we go. It's The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. Oh my goodness me, this is what I mean. This is a new release and I have it in my hands. Hasn't even come out yet. It literally says, Christina Lauren returns with a delicious new romance between the button-up heir of a grocery chain and a free-spirited artist as they fake their relationship in order to receive a massive inheritance. Tell me that doesn't sound so fun. Christina Lauren, the queens of just like fun, quick rom-coms that just make your heart sing. I don't like that. Make your heart tug, make your heart soar. They excite me. Anyway, that was just one of my selections for this month, but it is the one that I'm the most excited for. I might just end this video right now and go read it. That's how excited I am. So if you want to join me and read The Paradise Problem, or you can choose any of the other choices, click the link down below and you can use code PETALS to get your first book for only $5. And you get one of these fun little boxes every single month at your doorstep. Come on now. Like imagine you're just like having a bad day and then all of a sudden this box shows up and you're like, oh my God, I forgot I have a Book of the Month book. I am so excited. I love you so much. Thank you, Book of the Month, for sponsoring today's video. Hello, my shutty bays. Hello, my besties. If you see me sweating, it's because it's so fucking hot in here and I don't know why I decided to wear a cardigan. I think I just was thinking, oh my God, Taylor. As usual, that's what's going through my brain. Anyway, so if you see me just like dripping sweat, you mind your business. It is the end of the month, so you know what that means, okay? Every single month we do this, you know. And if you're new, let me just tell you, okay? We do wrap-ups every single month, meaning I tell you exactly what I read for the month, how I read it, if it was audiobook, Kindle, paperback, what have you, and then I give you my rating and my thoughts and a little bit about each book. No spoilers in any of these videos, of course. I am also linking my Amazon storefront in the description because I am putting my wrap-ups on there so that the books are easier for you guys to find. Okay, so let's get started. I'm not gonna lie to you, this month was a little all over the place. The first couple books I'm going to talk about, and by couple I mean 10, are in this video right here. If you wanna watch me read them, here it is, okay? This is a non-spoiler reading vlog of the entire TBR. I read all of my April TBR. I know, round of applause. That's me waiting for you to applaud. Did you applaud? I'm glad. Thank you so much. Anyway, if you want to see me read all of the books, here it is. I'm going to be talking about each one a little bit, but I'm not going to overwhelm you with information about them since they're already in the reading vlog that is literally an hour long. So here we go. So first up from the TBR, I read On the Line by Naomi Loud. This is my very first Naomi Loud book, and look how cute this cover is. I had to get it. Most of the books on the TBR, I don't have the actual cover. I only have 2 here with me because those are the only acceptable ones to own, okay? Once they come up with covers that don't have men in them, abs in them, and just overall don't look cute on my shelf, then I'll buy them. Anyway, On the Line, okay? Naomi Loud. This is essentially a line cook server romance. I know, it is so different than anything I've seen before. I'm pretty sure it's dual POV. Yes, it is. Okay, so girly, don't remember her name. I'm not gonna lie. What is her name? Jamie or something? Yeah, James. Oh my God. Okay. I was on point with that one. James and Ozzy. Okay, there's a plane literally going by. That is so rude. Did they not know that I'm filming and that the world revolves around me? They must have not gotten the news. Anyway, James and Ozzy, and it is dual POV. Basically, he is the line cook. She's the server. She loses all her money, okay? Her parents are like, we are not giving you any more money because you are switching college majors and we just do not accept the arts that you want to do. Goodbye. And she leaves. And she's like, I'm going to make a life for myself by myself. Fuck you guys. I'm going to be a server. And she starts serving at this restaurant. That's where she meets Ozzy. She does have a boyfriend, so things are a little bit tricky there, okay? That's why on the cover it says, treat your girl right or the line cook will. I liked this, but let me explain a little bit of my thought process. I was a server for like 7 years or so, and this book triggered me a little. Like the word choices, the everything that was happening in the kitchen and like in the restaurant, I was like, oh my goodness, these were my experiences. I cannot read this. So that was a big part of why I was a little thrown off by this book, but also it made me enjoy it in a way too, because these were normal people having normal stories, which I think is so different than any book we see now. In the books now, like everybody is so perfect and their families are so perfect and everything just works out. And in books like this, you see people being human, you know, which I quite enjoyed. I liked that part a lot. I rated this book 3.5. The reason why it's not any higher than that is because there were some scenes I didn't love. Like there was like a scene with drugs that just didn't make sense to me, to the plot at all. Like it was just thrown in there. It felt lazy and I didn't like it. And there was a scene with a Snickers bar. Yeah, use your imagination for that one. Didn't love it. I didn't obsess. I didn't feel obsessed and like dying and I need to read more of this, you know? But it was a fun, quick read. So I would still recommend if you're looking for something just a quick little fun one, but also a little bit on the darker side too. It's still a dark romance, but not really. Still search up your trigger warnings, okay? Just to be sure. But I don't think this is like a dark romance. It definitely just has like a little bit of hard topics, but not really, you know? So search up your trigger warnings, but 3.5, I enjoyed it. It's just not everything to me, but I still like the cover and wanted it on my shelf, so. Then I listened to this next one, Hawk by Jessie Hall. I was a little bit done with Jessie Hall, okay? I didn't know if I wanted to read her or not anymore because I read That Sick Love by her and I absolutely despised it. No, that's dramatic. I didn't despise it. I just didn't like it. So I went into Hawk a little bit hesitant. And let me just tell you, I sort of ate it up. It follows Hawk and Nicole, and I'm pretty sure it's only told from her POV. She is just living her life with her boyfriend Patrick, okay, in her home. And all of a sudden Patrick says, hey, we're gonna get a new roommate. My friend is gonna come crash with us for a little while. She's like, okay, who is it? And it is this guy, Hawk, that just got out of prison and needs some place to stay. Yes, you heard that right. So this does very clearly in the back, and I am telling you, have the cheating trope. But it's not the cheating trope in the sense of, you know, cheating on each other, it's cheating with each other, but it does happen throughout the whole book. So I'm warning you now, if you don't like that, you may not like this book. I sort of overlooked it because I really didn't care. Like her boyfriend was just not really there to me. But again, that's not your thing. Maybe you won't like it, and search up your trigger warnings because this is, you know, still a little darker romance. But again, kind of like on the line, like it's not too dark. It's just classified as dark romance, but it didn't feel like a dark romance to me. You know, like there wasn't anything too crazy. In fact, Hawk is so sweet. I adored him. He was my favorite part of this book. Nicole, I liked her, but she pissed me off a lot. So overall, I rated this book 3.75. There was a lot that I didn't enjoy, which is why it wasn't a full 4, but I still really liked it and definitely liked it more than On the Line. And like I said, Hawk, he will just win you over. Trust the process. And the audiobook was really good. Then I read King and Tyrant by T.M. Fraser. This is part of the King series. I read the prequel to this series a while ago. I don't even remember how many months ago I read it, but it's like, even if the dark lets us in, even if the darkest light, something about a dark light letting in the light that comes in, let the light shine, even the dark side of the light. What is the name of the book? You know what? That's not important. I read that prequel a long time ago, okay? So I officially started the King series, King and Tyrant. You have to read it in order, okay? This duet follows the same couple. Apparently the rest of the books follow other people you meet in the first ones. But again, I think this series is one of those that you really do have to go in order. You can't just pick up a random book from it. So King and Tyrant follow King and Doe, and it is dual POV. And essentially Doe goes to this party and she bumps into this tattoo artist, bad boy who just got out of prison. Another prison book, you know, my mom has a type. These were all chosen by my mom, by the way, for my TBR, in case you don't know. That's why I said that. I didn't just randomly throw that factoid out there. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, he gets out of prison and he's a tattoo artist and she bumps into him and the rest is history. That is explaining nothing, okay? Girly doesn't remember anything. The amnesia trope. She basically has no memory of her life. She just kind of stumbles into this party with her friend and her life intertwines with King's. I will leave you with that because this book, it has just as much mystery as it does romance. It wasn't very spicy, which I actually really enjoyed, and it did have a little bit of a slow burn, which again, I really liked. I don't like when a book just throws you in with the characters and they fall in love right away. That doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't enjoy it. This didn't have that, which I liked. And you meet Preppy and Bear. They are best friends with King, and it's all part of like a motorcycle club and stuff. So you get their books later too. I'm very excited. The one I'm most excited for is Preppy. And I enjoyed this duet a lot. It took me for such a ride. I rated both of them 4 stars. I would recommend search up your trigger warnings because it does have some stuff that you may need the trigger warnings for. Okay, so search them up. Every book that my mom recommends, just always remember to search up your trigger warnings. Let's just throw that out there so you know. But King and Tyrant, I really liked it. 4 stars. Cannot wait for Preppy's books. Another series I started is the Rebel MC series. So I read Sugar and Skulls and then Watercolor Skulls, and they are the same kind of vibe of following a motorcycle club. It gave me Sons of Anarchy POV energy, okay? The reason why I enjoy them so much, let me explain, is you get the POV of the two people that the books are about, okay? So the first book is one couple, the second book is another one, and there are many more with the rest of the couples in the motorcycle club. But you also get the POV of characters in the book that have nothing to do with the romance. So you get the POV of like a best friend, of a dad, of a sibling, whatever. And that's what makes it really fun. It made the found family feel real and you feel more connected to them because you get to know every character in a way. So Sugar and Skulls, I rated 3.75, and Watercolored Skulls, I rated 3 stars. The reason why I enjoyed the first one more is just because the first one felt like it had more of a connection between the characters and a plot, and I just loved the girl so much. I liked the guy too, but I feel like the girl, I just really, really was cheering for her. And then the second one, I thought I was gonna like more because the character is just someone I got to know in the first book. However, it was so insta-love. It was so insta-love. Like they met, that was it. So that is my least favorite trope, in case you don't know, okay? I hate that trope. If it's into love, I will most likely not rate the book higher than 3 stars. So that is the only reason, because I still love the plot. And like I said, the found family in the series is just top notch, and I would still recommend. So 3.75 for the first one, 3 stars for the second one. I'm excited to continue this series because I feel like it can only get better. Again, search up your trigger warnings, darker romance, motorcycle club. Come on. Of course I liked it. Then I read Wrath by Ella James. This was my favorite from the TBR. Let me just tell you this right now, okay? Once I tell you the plot, you're gonna be like, Larry, what do you mean you liked it? Let me explain. You listen before you judge. We are the non-judgment breakfast club over here, okay? So listen, they are stepbrothers, yes. I know. It follows Ezra and Josh, and it is dual POV, and this book is long, okay? It's like, I want to say it's like 700 pages. Maybe it's a little less, but it is a very long book. You get to know the characters very well, okay? They become stepbrothers right before they go to college. Like they're like on their last year of high school or something like that, which is I think a big part of why I really enjoyed this, because they didn't grow up together. It wasn't weird, you know? They just like met when they're about to go to college. They were literally like older already. You know what I mean? So the stepbrother trope doesn't bother me, but if it bothers you, maybe this is not for you. If you like For the Fans though by Nyla K, I really feel like you'll like Wrath. It literally feels like that same vibe, okay? They are stepbrothers and it is a sports romance and it is an enemies to lovers, the same as For the Fans. So basically Josh and Ezra meet because they become stepbrothers and immediately hate each other, okay? That's all I'll say. How about that? How about that? Because this book, you need to go in as like blindly as humanly possible. Like just know that and then go into it. It does get a little boring in the middle. That is the only reason why I didn't rate this 5 stars, okay? This is a 4.75 for me. And the only reason why I don't own the cover is because it looks like this. I really want like a special edition for it or something. So if I find one, I will snag it up because this is one of my faves. Like it is so good. 4.75 is just because since the book is so long, the author gives you every single detail of everything. Like she won't just say like, I'm sitting here. Hello? Oh my God. Oh, help. She won't just say like, I'm sitting here. She'll say, I'm sitting here and I'm wearing a blue cardigan and I bought this cardigan 2 years ago when I first listened to 1989 and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It'll tell you every single second. And I didn't need all of that throughout the book. It feels like the middle was a little bit unnecessary. But when I got to the end, wow. You have like the first quarter of the book, let's say. And then you're like, wow, what a great book. I'm really enjoying. Then the middle, you're like, okay, a little bit bored. Unnecessary. What's going on? But then you get to the last part and you are thrown for a loop, okay? You were just vibing. You were just walking through life. The author picks you up and throws you on a field and then runs you over with a tractor 3 times over and then picks you back up, throws you back in the streets, runs you over again. She just really puts you through it, okay? But then you get back up and you're like, wow, do it again. You know, that's how much I really liked this book. That's the best way I can explain this book to you, okay? Please read it. Search up your trigger warnings. This one is very emotional and it does deal with very, very hard topics. It is not a light read at all, okay? And even if the beginning can seem a little light, trust me, the end gets crazy. But I loved Ezra and Josh and I cheered for them so much and I just cannot explain. This book is really, really good. So, Enemies to Lovers, Sports Romance, Stepbrothers, 4.75. Next up, I read Even If It Hurts by Sam Mariano. This was my first book by this author and I was terrified for good reason, okay? This follows Dare. His last name is Dare, like Darrington, and they call him Dare. His first name is way more normal than that. It's like Josh or something. It's definitely not Josh. I think it's Chase Darrington? That sounds right, but don't quote me on it because I may be wrong. At all times, just know that I may be just spewing out random facts that are not facts at all. They are in fact wrong. So don't go tell your friends about it because I could be lying, you know? Anyway, Dare and Aubrey. Yes, it is dual POV and it is a high school romance, which right off the bat, don't love, okay? I like high school romances when it's YA, when it's just like a cute little better than the movies kind of vibe. I don't like dark romance high school. Some exceptions. Devil's Night, for instance, Royal Elite, Some, I accept it, but it's not something I look for, okay? However, this book, I'm pretty sure they are both 18 already, so it didn't feel strange to me. What is even the plot? I feel like I can't even tell you anything about the plot without spoiling the entire book. Hold on, just you wait. Yeah, like, it doesn't tell you anything in the back. It just says, he should have been my hero. I thought maybe he was. Okay, I really don't know what to tell you about this book because it doesn't give you a description at all of what happens in the back of the book. So, if you want to read it, go in blindly. However, I rated it 2.5 stars. In the beginning of this book, I was really invested. I loved it. I ate it up. I was really, really excited to continue. And the writing is really easy to read. I will say that. Then... how do I explain? It went from a romance. It was like romance, cute, beautiful, Criminal Minds. That's exactly what happened in this book. I don't want to spoil anything, but just know that it's certainly a book. It had pages, it had chapters, it was by an author. Was it a book I enjoyed? No. But it was a book nonetheless. 2.5 stars. I don't even want to talk about it, okay? Yeah, search up your trigger warnings. Then I gave San Mariano another try because, again, a book on my TBR, and I read Untouchable. I thought, there's no way it can get worse. Oh boy, was I wrong because it can get much worse. This follows Carter and Zoe, and this is not only a high school romance, but it's a high school bully sports romance. So Carter is literally a bully to Zoe. Zoe was the only redeemable part of this book, but to be extremely honest, no one was redeemable. If I could literally pick up a book, just buy all the copies of the book and set it on fire, it would be this book. Okay, that is really dramatic. Let me not say that. But let me say that I hate it. I hate it. I regret every single thing I've done to lead me up to this moment in my life where I read this book. If I could unread it, I would. If I could go back and tell past me, hey, you don't need to win this bet that badly. You don't need to go through this book. I would do that. Because that is how much trauma this book put me through. I think I blanked out. I don't even remember scenes anymore from this book because once I read it, I washed my mind off of it. You know what I mean? I went to take a shower and washed the horribleness of the book right out of me. This book shows you that not everybody should write. Okay. Okay, I'm being really, really mean for no reason. Sarah Mariano, you do your thing. You keep writing, okay? Some people love these books. My mom, for instance, she loves Untouchable. She loves Even If It Hurts. A lot of my friends love them. I just don't. This is all jokes for shits and giggles, okay? I am not judging you if you like this book. I just didn't like it. I rated it 1 star. And by didn't like it, I mean I absolutely hated it. So, moving on, okay? We're not going to talk about it anymore. 1 star, Untouchable. Goodbye. Goodbye. And the last book I read from the TBR is Sicko by Imo Jones. This is another one of those books that search your trigger warnings, but I feel like you should go into it as blindly as possible, okay? It has dual POV and it follows foster siblings. That's it. That's all the information I'm going to give you because I'm telling you right now, you will enjoy this book so much more if you know nothing because I knew nothing and 99% of the book, you continue to know nothing. You think one thing, it's a completely different thing. You don't know what's going on. You are basically mind-fucked, bamboozled, taken for a ride, made a joke of. Shocked synonyms. You are astounded. You are startled. You are overwhelmed. You are dumbfounded. You are taken aback. You are shaken up. Yeah, basically this book, just trust me, okay? You will enjoy it if you throw everything you think you know out of the window, throw your morals out the window, search up your trigger warnings, and be careful going into it because it is very, 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 very dark and twisted. What can I say? I really liked it, okay? 4 stars for Sicko. It just really fucking got me. Then I listened to Falling for Gage by Mia Sheridan. This one follows Gage and Rory, and he has a one-night stand with a cocktail waitress he meets like 2 hours, 2 towns over or something like that. So he's like, I'm never gonna see her again. No big deal. Woohoo, that was fun. Goodbye. And then she strolls into his small town to live there and to find her long-lost father. So they, of course, run into each other again. I love Mia Sheridan. I'm just gonna like throw that out there, okay? I only read Usher's Voice, but I love her. I don't know what it is. I will read every book she comes out with, but clearly I won't because why did I not read the rest? Okay, let me explain. The only reason why I didn't read Travis yet is because I'm scared. I hated Travis so much in Archer's Voice that I just don't know if he can be redeemed in a book of his own. So when I saw Falling for Gage and when I saw there was an audiobook, I was immediately there, okay, because I love audiobooks. I rated this one 3.75. It wasn't my favorite, like, oh my god, Mia Sheridan slayed this, but it also was really great, like, seeing all the characters again because it's kind of in the same universe, so you still hear from, like, Archer and Bree, and it's still in, like, that same small town. It still has the Mia Sheridan feels where it takes your heart out of your soul, but then also it puts it back together, which I really enjoy. I feel like Mia Sheridan is one of the only authors that can do it perfectly. So with that being said, 3.75 for the audiobook. Maybe I'll like listen to Travis. Maybe. If you convince me. If you tell me Travis is good enough, maybe I'll listen to it. but I'm not promising anything. The last 3 books I read for the month were all paperbacks. I have them here in my hands, okay? I literally had no paperbacks besides Hawken on the Line that I showed you. Every single other one I read on my Kindle or I listened to it, but that's because it was all for my TBR. Oh, which by the way, Falling for Gage wasn't on my TBR. The last book on my TBR was Sicko. The last 3 books we're gonna talk about are right here. I listened, oh wait, I have the paperback, but I listened. Let me explain. Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This is Elsie's newest release. I read it on Kindle like in January, and I remember giving a review on here. If you go to my wrap up, you'll see it. I liked it, but I wasn't obsessed with it. So then when the book officially came out, I listened to the audiobook. All of a sudden I'm obsessed. I don't really know what happened. I don't know if like I read it in the wrong time before or what occurred there, but I ate it up. It follows Ford and Rosie, and Ford is a single dad, and Rosie is the sister of Ford's best friend. So it is brother's best friend, it is best friend's sister, it is we grew up together, it's always been you, single dad. Let me just tell you that this is the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in that series, and it's gonna be all single dads. Need I say more, okay? This was so good. I am a believer that you have to be in the mood for it though, because like I said, in January I read it and I wasn't obsessed, and I've seen a couple of people say that they were bored and that they didn't like it. So maybe you're not in the mood, because I was one of those people for it where I was like, oh, it was good, but I'm not obsessed. Now I am. Maybe try the audiobook. The audiobook is really, really, really good. Highly would recommend that. I just fell for Ford and Rosie so much, okay? It was like their love was different. You felt it through the pages, if that makes sense. Through the words I heard in my ear holes, I felt their love. I rated it 4.75. The only reason why it's not like a 5 is because I'm not going to be talking about this until the end of time. I need to sneeze. Bless me. Thank you. Okay. The only reason why it's not a 5 star is because I'm not going to be thinking about this book until the end of time. Reckless is still my favorite by Elsie Silver, but Wild Love is up there. I really enjoyed it. And look at this cover that she sent me. Look at this. There are pink pages. Elsie, love ya. Yes, 4.75 for Wild Love. Okay, you know what I just noticed? One thing about me is I'm hilarious and I'm a liar once again. Because although I have the next 2 books in my hands, like I said with Wild Love, I also listened to these 2. Anyway, we're gonna pretend that I didn't say that, okay? I listened to The Rule Book by Sarah Adams, another audiobook I really enjoyed. If you're looking for like fluffy, cute audiobooks, I honestly would say that these 3 are great contenders for that. Here you go, screenshot this, you guys, for audiobook recs. Okay, glad you did that. Anyway, what was I talking about? The rule book? Yes, I listened to this one. This is like a book involving characters from the cheat sheet. So if you read The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams, you'll know the characters, which I really enjoyed that book. So I met this guy in the cheat sheet and I was excited to hear that he has a book. And so I listened to it, of course. It follows Nora and Derek. Derek is an NFL player. Is he NFL? Where is your football, sir? He is. He's an NFL tight end, okay, can confirm. And Nora is a sports agent, and they dated in college but had a really bad breakup, okay? Hearts were broken all around. And then they see each other again because she has to be his sports agent. But there's also a little bit of fake dating involved. There's second chance. It is fluffy. It is cute. It is the perfect Sarah Adams package. I'm pretty sure this is one of her only books that like kind of shows a little more spice than usual. Like all of her books are closed door. Every single one. Like closed door meaning the spice is like about to happen, but then it doesn't show you. It just cuts to the next day, which I really, really enjoy that. I like that kind of book from time to time. But this one, I felt like there was a little bit more spice than usual, if I'm not mistaken. Like it was still not detailed or anything, and it was still a little bit of closed door. It was like door halfway open, door halfway closed. Anyway, I really liked the rule book. 4 stars. I didn't like it as much as this cheat sheet by her, but I really enjoyed it. And again, if you're looking for just something fluffy and fun, this would be the perfect book for that. So 4 stars. The audiobook was really good. The last book I listened to and that we're going to talk about for this month is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. You've seen me talk about this before because this is one of my top books of the first quarter of the year. So of course I enjoyed it, okay? It follows Justin and Emma, and Justin essentially posts on this Reddit thread saying that he is the one before the one, meaning he always dates someone and then it doesn't work out and that person goes on to find the love of their life, okay? So he's explaining this and explaining his situation. And then Emma sees the thread because the thread goes viral and she's like, oh my God, me too. And they kind of start chatting, okay? So this book basically shows you that it's okay to talk to strangers online. No. It doesn't show you that. Don't listen to me. Anyway, so they start chatting and they come up with this plan, this great plan, okay? That they're going to date because if her curse and his curse go with each other, it'll cancel each other out. You know what I'm saying? 2 wrongs make a right. So they have 4 dates, a kiss, and a breakup. That is essentially like their plan. You know, they're going to go on 4 dates, they're going to have 1 kiss, and then they're going to break up, and then they're going to go and find the one for them. That's the plan. Will that plan work? We don't know. I recommend you read Part of Your World, yours truly, and then Just for the Summer, because you will really enjoy this much more if you know the characters from Part of Your World and Yours Truly, but you can also read it as a standalone. You do not need to read those. I just recommend it because the characters do show up and connect in a way, and that's fun to see. That's just the way I recommend it. Abby Jimenez does a perfect job at giving you a romance that is not just a romance. So, switch up your trigger warnings. It does have deeper topics, but this book is amazing. I love her writing. I love the way she gives you the characters. I love the way she sets up the story. I love the pacing. I absolutely love everything. It is not one of those, again, that I'm going to be thinking about until the end of time, but it's definitely up there. So I rated it 4.75. My 5 stars, I'm very picky with them just because those are books that are everything to me. And this one is not one of those, but it's still really good. So 4.75, and I really loved the audiobook. The narrators were amazing. Those are all the books I read this month, my beautiful besties. I'm pretty sure, like, looking at my ratings, there were no 5 stars this month. That's really depressing, but there was also no DNF. We didn't have one or the other, but we had a 1 star. We had 4.75, so we were, like, close to both, but we didn't make it. You know what? Maybe next month. Let's try again next month. I am currently watching Vampire Diaries, so I'm not reading anything just for like these next couple days, but I'm going to start reading again like on Monday. So we'll see what I pick up. You know, a TBR will be coming to you soon. I love you so much. Let me know what you read. Let me know which one out of these books you're interested in. Let me know any videos you want to see. Whatever you want to let me know. Let me know how you're doing, how your family's doing. Let me know everything. You know, I love you. We're best friends. I need to know everything about you. So tell me. Okay. Have such a good day. I love you. I love you. I love you.